Hello, hello. If you've never seen me before, I'm Coin Ring Maker from coinringmaker.com. I make coins into rings, and on this live, we're going to be working on two different quarters. How's it going, man? This is a 40% silver proof bicentennial. That's what we're going to start with. We also have a 1977 copper clad quarter to work on. Well, we're going to start with this one. First thing we got to do is punch a hole in it. So let's get started. If anybody has any questions while I work, feel free to ask. I appreciate it, man. Thank you very much. It's my third live today. I'm running a little low on steam, but we're going to get through it. Have a good day at work, bro. Hammer that on through. Nice center punch. See how our coin's looking. If anybody wants to check out the shop, I'll go ahead and pin it down here. But you can also go to coinringmaker.com. If you have any questions, let me know. Thanks for watching. So our quarter so far. These bicentennials are notorious for kind of warping out and just not wanting to be rings. There's a lot of difference between like low points and high points on the details of this coin, especially right here by his hat. So we're going to try and be really careful and make this into a nice ring today, not let us get away from us. Yeah, this is a 1/2-inch punch. That's what I use on pretty much everything. I've been using 5/8 on my 1-ouncers, but pretty much everything else I use a 1/2-inch. I think dimes I use a 3/8. Yeah, I like that 1/2-inch punch. So now we're going to anneal our coin and heat it up with some fire. It's going to help soften up the metal a bit, make it easier to fold and shape. Helps with the wonkiness. Yeah, especially with like Franklin's, I found using a little bit of a larger punch than a 1/2-inch works good. I always have wonky issues with these bicentennials. They're tricky buggers. But luckily, this customer wants the date facing out. I usually have a lot more problems when I try to do this side facing out, so it should be a little easier with the year. Hop over here. I didn't see your first comment. All I saw was just curious. Can you ask your question again? It may have got filtered out. Let's see. Oh, yeah. You can see the wonkiness of it. Got a little wobble to it. Try and flatten that out. Still a little weird. So if you're asking if it's legal, it's very similar to penny smashing machines. You might find it like Six Flags or SeaWorld, museums, stuff like that. Fraudulently altering currency is against the law, but making jewelry out of it is not. Casinos? I haven't been to too many casinos, but if you say they're there, I believe you. They're all over the place. Almost everybody, at least in the US, has seen one. It's getting all kinds of weird. See how wobbly that is? It is not usually an issue for quarters. It's not malicious, it's fraudulent. Fraudulent intent. So that an example of that would be like taking a penny and making it look like a dime and trying to spend it as though it was a dime. That would be a fraudulent alteration. Another example would be like changing a mint mark on a coin to make it look like it's rarer or more valuable, or even changing the date on a coin. That's also against the law. Don't do that. Yeah, I mean, there are counterfeiting laws. They're a little different than like the alteration laws, but they're pretty much related. Okay, so this is the best way I've found to fix the wobble on coins like this is to set them on a really tiny die. so that the base of the coin isn't going to slide into it. And then taking a cone and applying pressure from the top. So what that's going to do is it's going to even out the bottom, and it's going to stretch out the thinner side. And this is the best way I found to do this. It's still pretty weird. I mean, when I started, I had some pretty basic tools. I probably spent maybe $150, $200 on stuff. But over time, I've been making these for about 3 years now. I've definitely invested a couple $1,000s in tools at this point. I mean, you can do it either way. It's definitely a bit easier if you have nicer tools. You just have more options on what you can and can't do. But you can make coin rings with some pretty basic stuff. I mean, just the center punch that I use to start these with is like, it's like $600 now. This ring stretcher right here was $600. But like, they have $100 ring stretchers. This one's just nicer. And like, I started with a $100 one, worked my way up to something nicer. That's looking better. Did yours with a mandrel, a mallet, and a gas stove? Yeah, that's how I started. Was with a mandrel and a mallet. A little rough on the hands. But you can get it done. These guys last night were doing, I guess, like car wraps. Huh. Go ahead and anneal this again. It sounds like fun. a little wider now, so we're going to use the other side. Now the date's looking a lot better. Let's see, it's supposed to be 9.5. Got it at about a 10.5. Stretch it just a little bit more. Pop it in this 17-degree die and make it a little smaller. Now that date's looking really nice and straight. Yeah, that looks good. Whoa. Alright, now we're going to remove that lip inside right there. Nice. Alright, let's check our size. Almost 9.5. Bear with me, I'll find the right tool for the job here. Thank you for the heart. There we go. Right at 9.5. Now we get to do my favorite part. Boom, 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 boom. That's where we get to take this fresh new coin ring and make it nice and shiny again. Let's start with some Mother's Magnet aluminum polish. Any ideas when I may get a 1935? So, you said 39. No, 35. Let's see. I could put an order in for one. It should come in about a week. Let me make a note real quick. Yeah, as soon as I get off this live, I'll order one. It should be in the shop in about a week. Does that work for you? That might take a little longer with like holiday shipping times. Sometimes things get snagged up, so I don't want to like guarantee it'll be in a week, but I will place an order for one today and add that to the shop as soon as possible. So yeah, just check back in about a week. I haven't actually tried this Mother's polish on a 40% silver coin before. It looks like that tarnish is hanging on pretty good. Usually it melts right off of there. That is interesting. I may have to hit it with some steel wool and then polish again. If anybody else has any questions, feel free to put them in the chat. If you haven't yet, make sure to hit that follow button. And yeah, thanks for watching. That's much darker than usual. Kind of makes the detail pop though, that little darkness to it. Interesting. Looks pretty damn good. All right, I'll toy with this a little later. But we're going to go ahead and hop into the next one. The 1977 quarter. Shop's down here if anybody wants to check it out. Let's go. Size 6. That's pretty small. What's up? We've done a few quarters. Right now we're working on a 1977 quarter. Just finished 40% bicentennial. Came out really, really nice. Gave me a little trouble. We've got Texas and Wisconsin 90% silver quarters, and the 1 ounce fine silver memento mori round, and the 1940 Walking Liberty half dollar. It's been a pretty busy day, but this is the last one I got to work on. It's a 1977. Then I can finally take a little breather and pack stuff up. Been a busy day for sure. Thank you very much. You too, man. Thanks for the follow, Joey.